Welcome to Longevity Spaces. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can actually add muscle and strength to your body after the age of 60. I can tell you it is definitely a battle because each decade after the age of 40, we're losing about 3 to 8% of that muscle tissue every decade. So we really have to fight to hold on to what we have. But you might ask yourself, but why is that important? Why do I care about muscle? Because it is the very thing that allows us to be mobile, to get up out of a chair, to get up and down off of a toilet seat, out of a car, to navigate a curb, or to walk up and down stairs. In the absence of having muscle tissue, we are weak, we become frail, we have a difficult time holding our posture because we start to get weak in those back muscles that are designed to pull us and keep us upright. And we start to lose strength in our pelvic area, in our core, in our ability to sustain our body and maintain balance. You might find that when a person starts to age, they start to shuffle, or their gait starts to become a little bit more compromised, where they're taking shorter steps and slower steps. And that is all because of this condition called sarcopenia, which simply means age-related muscle loss. And so if we're losing this muscle every year, then we have to work that much harder to sustain it and maintain it. And with strong muscles and with putting a load on our spine or our legs, that also in turn places a load on our bones, and it helps to sustain our bone mineral density. So for a lot of reasons, we need to be active, and we need to be doing this almost daily, and we need to do it to the point where we're challenged, where it's not something passive, but we really take it seriously. And here's why I'm such a proponent. Not just for the sake of holding on to that muscle, but what if you realize that it is the connection to you being able to remain independent, stay in your home, and not being forced to take on a different place to live because your house has stairs and it's become a little bit too challenging and scary to navigate by yourself? What if you have probably suffered a fall and you have secretly kept it to yourself and not told anyone because you know it can be disruptive to your life and to that of your children and loved ones that might have to come to your aid to help care for you? Or just the thought of having to go somewhere that you don't want to be. And what if you had all of these great dreams and thoughts of what your retirement would look like, that you would go to these great European cities and hang out in cafes and walk along cobblestone roads? What if you've already taken that off your list? I know personally in my family, we were in a situation where my daughter's graduation, we had some issues with loved ones not being able to make the journey because of their health, lack of strength, and not really being up to par. So if any of those things sound familiar to you, you're at the right place at the right time. And I'd love for you to entertain going on this journey with us as we really dial in today on the things that you need to do to get stronger. And so without further ado, we're going to get into the very first thing that you can do and need to do and start doing today. And that is, talked about this a little bit last time, but I'm going to give you a little more detail today. I want you to focus on getting up and down out of a chair. And at the end of this video, I'm going to demonstrate all these exercises I'm talking about. We're going to engage in squats, whether it be a bar stool, a chair with assistance, or with somebody helping you, or getting up on your own using your arms, or even to the point where you can get up on your own without using arms. We'll talk about the progressions and ranges of how you can make the work more intense and get stronger along the process. We will do some step-ups. That exercise sort of emulates walking up a set of stairs or stepping up onto a curb. We will talk about eccentric versus concentric. That means The work phase where muscle is shortening is concentric. Eccentric is the muscle when it's working in a lengthening phase. And that particular component of the contraction is what we're going to really talk about and focus on, because it's really needed even more so in the 60 and better community, because those eccentric muscle contractions sort of work as our brakes. They slow us down. They help us to decelerate when we're sitting in a chair, so we don't just plop down. We can control ourselves down. When we're going down a step, we can lower ourselves instead of just drop into that step, and the speed of that drop can be too much sometimes and can cause a person to fall. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about upper body strength, doing presses either off of a wall or a countertop, showing you ways to make that appropriate for where you may be with your current strength. And we're going to talk about doing rows, where you have something out in front of you that you pull back, working these big muscles of your back that play a huge role with your posture, and it works a big section of muscle tissue that has to do with your ability to be strong and healthy. In addition, guys, what we're going to do with these exercises, I'm going to tell you how often you should do them, how many times you should do them, and what the intensity should be like. And I'll really try to unpack the hows and whys and the whats. And then if you have any questions about anything I introduced today, certainly leave a comment in the comment section and we will fully discuss it.